How cool is that? Look pretty robust.
Just for the record, I've only got trainers on. Whoa! Still going! That was a bit deep.
I don't think my kids are gonna kill it. Howdy, I'm Matt, and this is the Eachine EAT Go Anywhere, Do Anything RC tank. And as you can tell by some modifications and parts hanging out of it, this model has been here for over a week, and the combination of myself, the wife, the kids, and the dog, we have yet to kill it. So it gets not only a double thumbs up from me, but also, so what do we think, girls? Thumbs up? Yay! And there is a dog in here somewhere as well. The whole family as well. Now, realistically, what do you want to know if you're in the market for a RC toy like this? The brutal reality is that it is really, really good fun, and crucially, there are lots of spare parts available for this model, which is always a concern when you're buying something from a toy shop and you can't get spares if it gets broken. There are lots of spares available for this, the individual wheels, the tracks, the motors, the pinion gears, the whole lot, even the main circuit board inside of here as well is also available too. So with that said, that's the quick overview. I think some of you just want to know straight away, is it any good? Is it a waste of money? Etc, etc. And I'm sure you've seen some other video footage which I've had up on the screen as we've been chatting away here at the bench. I have had, and I need to rephrase that, we have had some really, really good fun. It's even been in the stream as well, which I'm sure you've probably already seen as well. Absolutely brilliant fun. So with that said, let's wind ourselves back to day one when this model turned up, and keep in the back of your minds, I asked Banggood specifically for this model because I thought it looked really, really cool, and the reality is it has been very, very cool. Also, you may be wondering, what's this antenna? And actually, what's that little camera doing in there? I set this up with FPV, or first person view. Look out for a second video on this because I had so much fun driving it around with the goggles on. Really, really enjoyable. So let's go back to day one, unbox it, take the first look at it, and then we're going to go out and try to kill it. And I can assure you, we really have tried. Howdy, I'm Matt. And in this episode, we've got one of three things in this box, and I genuinely don't know which one it is. So with that said, let's just get the knife out and get straight in here. By the way, either way, what happens in this episode, I would like to say a big thank you to Banggood. I asked them for 3 specific products for 3 episodes for us to look at. And they've delivered. They've also delivered something else, which you'll see in a later episode. So I just need to get that out of the way. Whatever happens in this box is going to be good times. Oh, right! Happy days. Okay. Right. So I saw this. Oh, isn't that tiny? Right. We'll discuss that charger in a different video. I'm going to put that to one side because I asked Banggood for that one specifically. I also asked this for this one specifically as well. Now, the reason why I asked them for the EAT06 is because how cool is that? Now, many of you will know me as a RC FPV pilot, okay? And I absolutely adore flying models around in the sky, and that really is my thing. However, I am sure we can all appreciate that some days are not good flying days, and RC, regardless of its format, is good fun. And You cannot tell me that does not look like really good fun. So with that said, let's just get in here and take a look at this. And this is way bigger. Right, I thought it was going to be a tiny little thing, which it was. You never get an idea of the perspective on size of these things from the internet, unless there's something there as a reference. And there wasn't really anything as a reference, and this is way bigger than what I was expecting. So yeah, it's already surpassed my that is monstrous! Wow! Let's just take a look at that. Is that fully working suspension? What you can get for your money these days is just nuts. That is fully working suspension all the way through. Hinges in on the front. We've got tracks on the top. Even the ace. Right. Spoiler alert, one of the things which I wanted to do, that I was going to put an FPV camera on the top so that we could potentially drive this around as being on the vehicle, but just seeing how clear the glass is on the doors, there's potential to put the camera inside. If the camera goes inside and maybe I improve that catch there slightly, is potentially I could drive this through water and not get the electronics soaking wet. That gets really exciting, and that is giving you a little bit of a spoiler alert of what I'm considering doing to this thing. And I'm just here, I'm looking around a bit. Physical size is always a thing. Right, so each of these squares on my desk is 1 centimetre, so 10, 20, 30, 35 centimetres long. You can tell by the size of my hands, it's not a small model. I was perhaps a little bit concerned that it might be a bit dinky. This is definitely not dinky, as I'm sure that you'll agree. Let's have a look at the battery bay underneath. It's nice to see that we have a screw retainer and we've got clips as well to get in here. So it's saying open, open. One curiosity is that we do have the switch up here on the front. And that fell out. I'm already thinking that from a practical point of view, I may end up just putting a piece of tape over that. Just some fibre tape up over the switch, just because I do intend this one driving it through water. Now they do say that you can drive it into 5 centimetres depth, and I think the reason why they're saying just 5 centimetres is because the height from the bottom of the track, from there to the bottom of the fuselage of the vehicle, that's why we've got a limit there. And I think in reality is that if I did put a piece of sellotape over the bottom there and maybe over this hatch, it really wouldn't matter that much. Now what have we got included? That's cool. So we have it is a 1200 milliampere Li-on pack, which they've been included. I can already tell by the weight in here that these are not the complete junk cells. There is some gravity to these. However, I must be completely honest with you, is that I do actually own some 3400 milliampere packs, and I may swap these over to some homemade packs later, although that is going to be perfectly fine. I think the runtime was perfectly acceptable, even with just 1200 milliamperes. So that's pretty cool. It looks like we've got a Tamiya style connector on the end. Again, I've just been open and honest with you, which is that I will probably change this connector over to an XT60 connector. That's nothing against these connectors here, it's just because I use different connectors on other models here. But getting back to my point where I was going, oh, that's nice, is that they have been included a 2S balance charger for an USB, because everybody's got a USB charger somewhere in their house, haven't they? And being able to charge this one up via USB is pretty handy. Let's be brutally honest there, there's no specialised charger which is required, literally just a USB socket and we're away. Turning this back up, it does look pretty robust. I don't think my kids are going to kill it. I've got 2 girls and I've given them RC cars before and they're absolute maniacs. I don't think they're going to be killing that one anytime soon, so that's a good sign. What else do we get in the box? Ooh, okay. Let's get this out of the way, get the box out of the way. as well, and the rest of the packaging. We've got so it's 2.4 gigahertz transmitter, turn, throttle, and then push. So if you never used one of these before, you pull back on the trigger to go forwards, and then reverse stroke brake is you push forwards on it. Now, just from a practical point of view, is that braking systems in RC vehicles is that if you're going super fast, jamming the brake on, super fast, jamming the brake on, that's how you get things really hot in these vehicles. And it doesn't matter if it's a relatively inexpensive, fun vehicle like this, or even the really expensive ones, which I've got one over there underneath my workbench. The same thing applies. So if you're going to be giving this to your children, just point out, don't keep going like full knacker, stop, full knacker, stop, because you'll get things very hot in here and they'll drain the battery super quick. Okay, so just pass on that little piece of advice just from a practical point of view. We will need 3 AA batteries to go in the bottom. I'll go and grab some of those in the moment because I really want to get this one out and see what it drives like. And of course the steering wheel here on the top. I can't see any trim settings in here, although basically it's a tank. So yeah, good times in short. Let me just, I'm just curious in the bottom of there as well. Right, so what do we need? I need to go and put this pack on charge using the supplied 5 USB connector. I need to go and find some AAs, and then we're going to get this out, and then we're going to have some fun. I'm going to give you a heads up. The reason why I asked Banggood for this model is because A, I thought it looked super cool, and B, because I felt that it posed a really good videography challenge as well, because like I said, I'm normally used to flying stuff in the sky. If you see anything else on my YouTube channel, you'll know that I've flied model airplanes left, right and centre, but it's not always a super bright day and lovely to fly, and having something like this to throw around, I think it's going to be really cool. And actually, like you saw me bash it around on the desk, that is going to be well cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So let me get this batteries for that, get that charged, and let's go and take this out and have some fun. I really cannot wait. It looks like it's going to be mega good fun. And that is way bigger than what I expected. Right, by the magic of video editing, let's get out and smash this thing around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. That's got some speed on it. Come on, full knacker, let it rip. As you can tell, that grass is not very short. Come on. I can't even keep it on camera. Are you chasing the dog around? Noons, what's she doing? That turns on a dime, doesn't it? Right, I need to go and take that off the wife so I can have a go. You know I've not even had a go yet. Oh, the daughter's got it now.
Oh, I flipped it.
Hey, good girl, well done. Right, Woods. Quick, get your mum. Get your mum. Go on, get her. Right, let's go and be the sensible adult.
Just for the record, I've only got trainers on. Let's go!
So to wrap this episode up, what do I think of the EAT06? Brilliant fun. You saw the family's opinion of it earlier. We really have tried to kill it, and it just keeps on going. Now, there's a couple of minor things which you need to be aware of. If you're going to be driving it around in a stream like I did, then there are holes in the back, there's holes in the side, and the water does leak through the bottom as well. That is to be fully expected. Now, to remove this top lid is very simple. It's just 8 little Phillips screws underneath, and you'll want to put it somewhere to dry overnight, just from a practical point of view. Also, I did slip one or both of the tracks at some point over the abuse which we gave it. Rather than walking over to the model and then trying to put the track back on, just bang it in reverse and then go forwards again, and that sorts out a slipped track. And also, my only complaint, and it would be yours too, is that the batteries just don't last long enough. That is the one negative which I can say. It would be, I would say, advisable to get some additional batteries if they're available. And if I can find some compatible ones, I'll put them in the video description for you. So yeah, that is my only niggle, is that the batteries just don't last long enough for the amount of abuse which this thing will take over and over. The only thing which isn't in the box are some AA batteries, which I'm sure you've got some spare. There are no trims on the transmitter. It really is just go, reverse, and lefty and righty on the side. Any child, no matter how young or old, will get to grips with one of these transmitters very, very quickly. I didn't exceed the range. Apparently the range is 80 meters. I quite well believe that. You may have seen it in the stream. We were right up the far end of the stream and then coming back again. To be honest, you're going to lose visual sight of it or orientation of it before you probably lose the range on this thing as well. So there you go. Any questions or comments, please let me know down in the comments section underneath this video. And I just want to stress, I will put a link to the parts for this model in the video description because it goes underneath a different name. This is the EAT06, but there's a white one, there's a grey one, and there are a couple of different versions, and all the parts of this are in the video description. So if you break something later, which, let's face it, you saw the way in which I drove it, is inevitable sooner or later. Yeah, it's nice to know that there are spare parts available. It's not one of those toys which once it breaks you can throw it, you're just gonna have to throw it away. That is not the reality with this one. And again, that was part of my reasoning to go into Banggood to look at this one, because I just loved the colour of the orange which this one had, and I knew that there were spare parts available too. So yeah, it's been here for a week. Haven't killed it yet. Oh, and of course, look out for the FPV video where we go and we actually drive the vehicle with the camera inside, and I'll discuss like a setup for that as well. Don't worry if you've never FPV'd before. It's relatively inexpensive, and of course the kit is reusable for other things, not only model airplanes, but you can also use it on RC cars as well. So with that said, if you've been and enjoyed this episode, do me a favour, hit the thumbs up. If you're new here, don't forget to press the red subscribe button, and of course press the bell notification, because the next video which comes out, we could be FPVing this one or looking at another vehicle. Anyway, from myself, Matt, a big thank you to you for taking the time to join me here at the workbench with the family, the kids, and the dog, and a stream. Good times. Anyway, from myself, Matt, cheerios! Stop that from wobbling. So what do we think, girls? Thumbs up? Stick them in. There we go. Oh, hang on. There's one extra family member.